Greetings, friends, and welcome to this Thursday edition of Geeks Under Grace, this exploration in faith that we do on Thursdays. My name's Chris, and I want to welcome you to this little quick session we're going to have here. Hey, if you don't mind, I'm going to say something that just sounds sad. Man, people will let you down. Have you ever oh my gosh, you ever just had somebody just let you down and just hurt you? Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. Here's the thing. We are called as Christians, of course, to lift each other up and to sharpen each other's swords and all this stuff, But there are times that we're going to let each other down. If you give me long enough in a friendship, I'm probably going to let you down at some point because I'm not any kind of model of perfection. I strive after that person that we know that is our model of perfection, and that is Jesus Christ. But I can't do it. I'm just not that person. I'm not Jesus. And therefore, I'm imperfect. And if I wasn't imperfect, that would negate the very need for Jesus to be here to begin with. But nevertheless, people let us down. We go through life and we get hurt. I have scars all over my body. I was one of those kids. I think I ended up in the emergency room like 3 times when I was 2 years old. It's just one of those kids, I got the scar on my eye. I got all these things that go together to make up who I am. Now, of course, part of my body is scar tissue and not the skin that I was born with, but I still am the person I am today because of those scars. And I think there are times in life where we have to experience those things that we might deem a little bit negative to make for a better end result in who we are down the road. Because let me tell you one thing that happens. When you're let down by somebody in a certain way, your awareness of that exact circumstance is always going to be a little bit more than it was in the past. I'm going to use an example. When I get a speeding ticket on a particular road, I usually will never speed on that road ever again. I still remember to this day my first speeding ticket. I won't tell you how much it was, but it was fast. It was going way over the speed limit. To this day, that's about 20 years later, I still think about that speeding ticket when I'm driving down that road, and I can't say I'll never speed. I guess we should never say never, but I probably won't speed on that road again. And I think that's what those times when we are hurt, I think they're equipping. I have a cut I did when I was really young. I played like Ninja Warrior with an apple and a big butcher knife when I was way too little to be handling knives of that kind. And of course the idea was you set the apple down, you cut the apple in half and you watch it drop, and it'd be really cool. Well, that's all well and good as long as you move your hand out of the way before you drop the knife. What can I say? I wasn't the smartest kid when I was little. But I still have that scar to this day, and it reminds me to be careful around butcher knives and apples. So that's the thought for today. Now, I don't want to leave it with that. I want to read something from the Bible that talks about this exact idea of where we put our faith. We can put our faith in people and be let down, or we can put our faith in God and not be let down. And let's read this together in Psalm 118, if you have a Bible there with you. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His steadfast love endures forever. And that's the way Psalm 118:8 opens. But if you skip over to verse 8, it is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man. It is better to take refuge in the Lord than trust in princes. I hope you'll give some thought to that. And I'd like you to do some homework if you don't mind. I'd like you to have an action step. It's one thing to sit and watch a video and go, okay, that's nice, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and which I hope you'll do both, of course, subscribe and like. But I'd like you to take this a step farther. Your homework for tomorrow, if you have the opportunity, or maybe even create the opportunity, is to find one of your friends and enter into a conversation about not letting each other down, and maybe even apologizing in advance for the possibility that you're going to let each other down, or maybe even apologize for a time in the past where you have let somebody down. So there's your homework. There's something to think about. And of course, I would ask that you spend some time praying about that, because that is something to pray about, don't you think? Thanks for watching, and I hope down in the comments below you'll leave some examples of how you restored the faith of somebody in yourself by apologizing or going to somebody or talking to somebody. And, let us know about that so we all have something to think about and pray about for our lives as well. Thanks for watching. Take care.